people outside right here. Two people. You can't do it. What they're gonna have to do there is gonna have to counter. They have to sprint him there and then counter back. So because the defense knows they're trying to get him out there, he's more comfortable out there. That's what you do with any young quarterback. So they're jetting two people on the end of the line of scrimmage, ensuring that they keep him in the box, so they've got a counter attack.
McCallum with the field goal attempt is wide. His second miss of the game, both sides, both to the same side, I should say, for Paul McCallum. And the Riders will come away with one.
Jinxed him early in the game, staying his tops in the league, and field goal percentage hitting on 87.5%. And boy, he hasn't been on his game tonight.
No, Matty, just to get back to your point, though, about what Winnipeg is doing, it's exactly what Montreal did a week ago against the Saskatchewan Roughriders when Jonathan Beasley was in there, or Nealon Green, who couldn't run. And I looked when you showed that two guys, the middle of that field is wide open.
Yeah, so you bring him that way, and then you counter back to that.
You go back into that middle.
Yeah, you got to counter back to that. And I'm sure Danny Barrett will see that and get that done.
Kahari Jones now takes over for Winnipeg. Defense is settling in. Dumps it off to Charles Roberts. He's got an escort. Roberts, lots of room. Cross center. Charles Roberts is on his way. There is a flag down.
No kidding.
Well, wait a minute. This play will stand. 45-yard screen to Charles Roberts. And the flag was picked up immediately, so there was no call on the play.
Great play call. You'll see Charles come out over here, right here. Boom, drop, slide over, get behind his posse, his little escort. Kahari does a good job with his eyes. Now it's just Charles Roberts.
Kahari with the Bombers on a roll now. Up on the 30-yard line, the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Pocket collapse, the flag flies. Mo Eluanibi working on Shantay Peoples, and I think he will be caught for the holding as Kahari Jones is forced out of bounds.
Again, a similar situation. We saw it several times today, Glenn. Quarterback scrambles out of the pocket. Offensive lineman, he's trying to do his best to contain his man and to secure him, and then he feels him move outside of the box and the chest plate, and then he reaches and grabs.
Winnipeg number 64, first down repeated.
Tough. Mo Eluanibi on the left of your screen right here does a nice job. He's got his man where he wants him, but then as soon as he gets in the scramble, boy, Kenny saw that one early and threw it early.
156 yards and penalties for Winnipeg, 75 for Saskatchewan. So far with tons of football to go, 231 yards and penalties combined. Kahari Jones is in first in a bunch. And he's in the shotgun looking deep, but he can't get it out of there. Shantay Peoples is all over him, and that ball bounces to the turf.
Well, that's what you need down here. You can't afford Winnipeg getting some more points on the board at this point with the young quarterback, and so nice job. Here you go, on the edge. Here he is. Watch him coming on the outside, doing a nice job. Mo, you got me last time. You hailed me. I'm going to get you this time. Yeah, he's looking for this man, number 85. Why not? Best receiver in the league. Nice job. Nice job over the top.
Ladafius McCallum.
Ladafius, yeah. Been doing a good job all game.
Now second and 20 for Kahari, who's going down the sideline. Marcus Howell didn't get out of his break in time, and that ball bounces incomplete again. Ladafius McCallum, who they call Sandman, is in coverage.
I'm going to say that was great pressure. That was a pressure incompletion right there. Defensive line got up in Kahari's space, forced him to deliver the ball before his receiver's ready to make his cut, and therefore they're going to try another long field goal here by Troy Westwood.
Well, it's been an experience. It's been an adventure, to say the least, for the kickers. Troy Westwood, who's 0 for 1, missed a 48. This is from 47. His longest on the season, 54. It's away and good. A low driving field goal for Troy Westwood from 47. And the Bombers add to their lead. Wendy, CFL Live returns in a moment.
Nealon Green is ready to play. Are you? Play $1 Million Touchdown to win at Safeway. Get a bonus entry when you buy General Mills Jumbo Cereals or Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. You can win VTEX 2.4 gigahertz cordless phone. a $400 Kelsey's gift card. Or win an all-inclusive trip for two from SunQuest to the beautiful Rio Jalisco Resort in Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. Swipe your club card at Safeway today.
When did you last tell your kids to stay in and get some fresh air? Toyota Highlander. Now all roads are created equal. Accept it. You belong outside. Rated everyone.
Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Time's up. Here we come.
We Were Soldiers on DVD from the makers of Braveheart. It's the first Oscar-worthy film of 2002, including never-before-seen special features. Mel Gibson, We Were Soldiers. Buy it today.
Winnipeg up by 6. And over the last 4 games, it's been a little tougher for the fans here in Saskatchewan, but the body paint was out, and we were down on the sideline for our opening hit, and I talked to those guys.
He's kind of getting flaky right
Yeah,
here, you know? What is that?
Getting some flakes on him, but it takes a couple hours to get the paint on, and you know how they get it off?
No, I don't even want to know.
You know, this is what they said. They get in the line, and they walk through a car wash. Rocky Butler is rolling again. He pulls up, goes over the middle, and can't get it to Jason French. A couple of receivers in the same area, Jason French and Brian Roberson.
This is where you want your quarterback. This is his best chance. And, you know, you can be redundant about it, but this is where he's got to deal from. He's got to move the pocket. You can't sit in the pocket because things will look like they're going 100 miles an hour to the young guy. And you get out in space, now have a chance to show his ability and learn about this football.
On 2nd and long, it's been Brian Clark and Rylan Wickman going. Now, Wickman's out of the game. Davis is in as the extra DB. They've been sending pressure. It's Clark coming off the edge. Butler to the outside to Rocky Henry. Henry will be well short of the first down, and now the crowd getting a little restless. Rocky Henry missed last week's game because he had the flu. He's back in the lineup.
Well, I'll tell you what, I remember my first start in the league, and things were going 100 miles an hour. I think my first pass, I hit a linebacker right between the 5 and the 5.
No, that was a safety between the 2 and the 7.
Oh, no. I did that a few times, didn't I?
No. Well, you know, we were...
No, but it's tough on the young quarterback,
yeah.
You know. But, you know, he's doing an exceptional job. He's not forcing issues. He's taking plays when they're there, and he's keeping the Riders in the ballgame and not turning it over.
And this Rider defense doing the same as Marvin Coleman gathers in this punt. 6:22 remaining in the 3rd quarter. But I love the thought what you said coming out of the gate with this young quarterback in Rocky Butler. The 2nd year in a row that Danny Barrett did it just to take some pressure off him. This is a big game. Kahari Jones knows about the Labor Day Classic on the left.
That's right.
Butler doesn't really.
That's right. And then you look what happened last week with Jonathan Beasley. He goes 3 of 18. So you know that he's thinking about that performance and he's pressing a little bit. He was involved in the Labor Day Classic last year. He knows what it's about. So too many issues going on in his head right now. Plus he's got a little tweaked hamstring. So you let the young guy go and you take your chances and let him play. And so far he's been doing a nice job.
Kahari Jones to Charles Roberts. Picks up 5 on the play. And Kahari Jones has struggled going over the top against this secondary of the Saskatchewan Roughriders today.
Well, we saw him doing that for 3 quarters against the Calgary Stampeders, and all of a sudden the dam broke, and Kahari just lit it up in the 4th quarter and in overtime. And I expect to see that again, you know. But this is the #1 rated pass defense in the league. The Saskatchewan Roughriders have. They got a great secondary. They've been together for 3 years, and they're doing a nice job of shutting them down.
Eddie Davis is on Stiegel now. A little fake and knocked down by Shantay Peoples, who was right in the face of Kahari Jones. They tried to get the screen to Mike Sellers. Peoples said,
Nice job of staying at home, you know, and keeping contained. And you'll see Shantay Peoples be a disciplined football player right here. He's off the edge. He's going to stay here, Anchor Hardy's going to come out on the fake and try to get the screen, but Shantay's going to be in his face. Nice job. Contain, get high, get up. Very nicely done by Shantay Peoples.
Well, he may become the Peoples if he keeps playing like this. He's really turning it on in this second half. Shantay Peoples with 3 straight pressures in that knockdown. Had a couple early in the first half. The Riders have 2 sacks, both by Ray Jacobs.
Well, Shantay has got to keep his motor running. When he does do that, he can be the one of the most dominant football players in the Canadian Football League. But he just got to keep his motor running.
Low snap to Bob Cameron. And I'll get it. And here comes Corey Holmes. And he's got nowhere to go, and wrapped up there by Harold Nash. There is a flag down.
Looked like a takedown to me.
And this one looks like it's going against Winnipeg. A 53-yard punt by Bob Cameron.
Cameron can't figure it out. What? Gotta love that face mask. Look at Bob. What?
And Bob Cameron is not just the punter. He's
Holding. Winnipeg number 40. Third down repeated.
It was a takedown.
holding up on the line of scrimmage.
Jason Coggin, there was a takedown and right in front of Bob Cameron.
But Cameron, not just the punter, he's also a special teams coach. And
Coach. Yeah.
Wade Miller is hurt.
He has got a lot of knowledge up in that brain about special teams. He's seen most everything that can happen, probably everything that can happen on the football field in his years as a Winnipeg Blue Bomber.
Well, here's where that coaching comes in. Now, Wade Miller is down. And when usually your special teams guy, and Wade Miller just plays on the teams,
yeah,
one of those guys goes down. Now, you got to put a starter or find someone to replace him in the depth chart, and it's up to Cameron to make sure they're all in there now. Well, count them up.
And he knows how important Wade is to those special teams, and he will know how to deal with it. You know, now you're going to have somebody new in there. Bob will be aware of that situation. He might speed up his delivery and his steps a little bit to take advantage or to be aware of that, not to be caught off guard.
See Andre Arlane in there, and Wade Miller is one of those personal protectors, one of the guys back close to Bob Cameron, and really is the last line of defense against the rush. Cameron's been angling it to the sideline. You mentioned that, and that's where the Riders are coming from.
That's right, and you know, when he does, he's got to take a couple steps to that sidelines, and it shortens that corner and gives him an opportunity to get that much closer. And you know, you can see it right here. Bob will step over here, and they'll try to come off the edge that way, and didn't have to there.
Another flag kills this play as Cameron. But you saw how quickly he got it out of there.
Yeah, he knows what the deal is. He doesn't have his #1 guy in there, and he's going to try to hurry up the process so he doesn't get caught sleeping back there, hanging on to the ball too long. But they are going the wrong way in a hurry here.
Another penalty against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Bob Cameron is now
67.
Signaling to Dave Ritchie, asking him if he wants him to concede a single or a safety, 2 points here, because of the field position change here.
A 6-point game at this juncture. And 2 points obviously makes it a 4-point game, and Cameron now on his own 2-yard line. Another low snap. Cameron gets it and gets out of there. Dylan Ching almost got a piece of it. It's a good punt, forcing Corey Holmes back to his own 40. He got the wall, and a huge block by Evans, and Holmes is out to the outside. Holmes down to the 30-yard line, but what a block by Omar Evans. 51-yard punt from Cameron, 39-yard return. Stay with us.
Remember, Wendy's pickup windows open late so you can eat great even late.
At 8 a.m., I'm John the chauffeur. 9 a.m., the district manager. At 8 p.m., the storyteller. But at 6 a.m., I'm John. John Redden, Power Bar user since 1995.
Oh, you want to play special teams, Glenn? Huh?
Andre Arlane's got a bit of a headache. Rocky Butler's got the ball in the shotgun. First down on the 30 going in. Over the middle. He's got his target, Brian Roberson.
Boy, those are flashes of brilliance I'm seeing from that young quarterback, the way he throws that football. Does a nice job of sticking this one in there. Nice job of just delivering this ball here on the money, in stride, in the pocket. You like to see this. Nicely done.
So Butler in one play takes advantage of that return. Watch the block.
Oh, this is nasty. Oh, that is a kill shot. Andre Arlane is asking, let's get the number of that truck.
Yeah, it was Omar Evans, number 2. Rocky Butler now in the shotgun with that momentum. He hit Brian Roberson on first down. Butler to roll out right. He's got Cedric Shaw. Can he get to the outside? He's still on his feet. Down inside, touchdown, Riders.
Why not give it to him? That was excellent. He reached, you see that effort? That's instinct, baby. That's Hofstra all the way.
Butler's second touchdown of the game. It was a late call, but they gave it to him.
Hey, all you need is a bit of that pylon. That's why the pylons are there. If you get the ball in that pylon, that's a touchdown. It means cross the plane, and great effort by the young guy, making 2 bombers miss and then sticking in there with extra effort. Big time drive by the Riders.
McCallum with the extra point to give the Riders the lead. It's good. A 1-point game in front of a sellout crowd at Taylor Field.
Couple of different looks here, Glenn. An outstanding job by the rookie, using his talents, getting him on the corner. Nice job there, getting rid of McGriggs. That's tough to do. And then Okie Breckterfield can't squeeze him. A nice job right there by Cedric Shaw, number 25. Right here, look at Shaw, right on his man, continuing to go to the whistle. And then here it is, watch the pylon. Oh, it's a beautiful job.
Nice.
That is a nice job. Here it is, live, coming right into your kitchen sink.
Oh, yeah. They gave it to him.
That's just wanting it right there.
That ball crossed the plane, and the Riders have a 1-point lead. The crowd is in it. 30,222 in attendance. Close to 10,000 from Winnipeg. They've been battling back and forth for something to cheer about. They've got it now.
Just nice effort all around. Great job by Cedric Shaw on the corner to stay with his man and give the young quarterback the opportunity to make that third effort and get the ball in the end zone. You know, they talk about having a nose for the end zone. Well, you just saw one there by Rocky Butler. He would not be denied. Well, he knows he's feeling the Labor Day Classic a little bit.
And this crowd is in it now. Fired up for this Paul McCallum kickoff. They're on their feet. And it's starting to get loud. 1-point lead, 2:43 left in the third. Glenn Suter along with Matt Dunnigan, Ray Morrison is on the sideline. This is the Labor Day Classic in Coleman. To the 30. Brought down by Reggie Hunt.
Kahari, he knows exactly what he needs to do. Take this crowd right out of it. He needs to sustain a drive here and answer a score with the score. That's what he's got on his mind.
The Winnipeg offense, Kahari Jones 178 yards through the air. This is a defense that gives up 181 per game. But Jones is a strong finisher. We've talked about it all afternoon. His fourth quarter, his best.
Yeah, we're not even do that fourth quarter yet.
And we're not there yet.
There's a lot more to come, folks.
2:24 left in the third. Sellers in the backfield. Jones under the center. He drops back. Quick game to the outside. Marcus Howell has it. Gets about half.
And that's exactly what Marcus Howell needs to do, because Stiegel and Bruce, they'll get down the field for you. You dump it off to Roberts and Sellers come out of the backfield. Then you need your intermediate cuts. Your go-to guys in those situations. Howell's certainly that. Jamie Stoddard is that. Drover is that. That's what they are to the Winnipeg offense. And you saw Kahari starting to use his people. You know, he's not just focusing in on Stiegel. You see Bruce involved. You see Howell involved. You see Sellers. Now you see Roberts certainly. So he's starting to spread it around.
2nd and 5. This has been Shantay Peoples' time. He's going deep to Stiegel. Stiegel can't hang on. Eddie Davis pulled it out of there.
I think he pulled it out with a club on his right hand, too.
Claw.
He's got a club on there. It was a nice throw. Stiegel was in behind Eddie. And you need to have catch-up speed when you're a defensive back. Look at Eddie. Turn back. Does a nice job of playing the ball. He can't work his right hand. Oh, this is nice. That's just a great play all around. Nice throw. Milt does this to most everybody in the league. You'll get behind him, but then Eddie, an all-pro job right there of staying with the play and knocking it out.
Great composure from Eddie Davis at the point of attack. Another tough snap for Bob Cameron to handle. He goes down and is hit by Tyson St. James. And there's a flag down by Bob Cameron.
Vladi. He did the Vladi.
Tyson St. James can't believe it. He threw his hands in the air. Bob Cameron just getting up now.
He's just milking it. He's not hurt.
Contacting the kicker. Saskatchewan, number 76. First down.
This is contacting the kicker, but it was...
He laid him down.
3rd and 5. So it'll be a first down Winnipeg. Keeps the drive alive.
What a big brute St. James just didn't know how strong he is. You know, to him, that was just a little love tap. But to Bob Cameron, that was a kill shot.
You know, but Tyson St. James had the chance to get out of the way.
Here he is right here.
He just went and grabbed him.
That's a love tap.
I don't know about that.
Hey, he just laid him down.
He basically grabbed him and tried to hold him up, and Cameron fell. But Kahari Jones has first down, throws it outside, over Drover's head. Adolphus McCallum, who's been all over his man all game long, whoever it has been, was there again in the coverage.
And that's a ball that Kahari completed last week against Calgary time and time again to Jamie Stoddard. And he looks like he's trying to go to that route one more time, coming back down to the sit-down route on the far side of the football field. That's a long throw. And Kahari stuck it in there time and time again last week at Stoddard. We saw him overthrow Drover right there.
13th man becoming important now. Kahari Jones from the shotgun. He's got Stiegel to his left in the slot and is looking that way to Stiegel. Can't find it. Now he's fleshed out and goes down. Nate Davis.
Big Nate. They brought Eddie Davis at a halfback blitz. They were able to pick that up and flush Kahari Jones out of the pocket. And here you'll see it.
3rd sack for the Riders.
Coming right in here, Eddie Davis. Here he comes late. Kahari's flushed out of the pocket. Jacobs does a nice job of staying outside. Here's Kahari. He sees it. He sees it. No, I got to go. I got to go. Jacobs does a nice job. You got to stop. And then there's Big Nate saying, I got you. Yeah, I think I got you. Yeah, I got you.
3rd sack of the game for the Riders. Coming into this week, they had 3 total. Cameron with another low snap gets it out of there. Corey Holmes. No flags so far. Holmes up the middle. Can't find anything there and is caught and brought down at the 30-yard line. Some great football of late in the CFL. And next week we'll have some more for you. It starts out Wendy's Friday Night Football, Calgary and Edmonton in the rematch of tomorrow's Labor Day game. And then Wendy's CFL Live, Hamilton in Montreal. The Alouettes back on track with a win. And Ticats in that East Division are battling Hamilton, Toronto, and Ottawa.
Those are going to be 2 solid football games right there. Can't even wait till tomorrow. I can't wait till the 4th quarter.
Well, we're only 3 seconds away from it. And Rocky Butler in the shotgun. This will be, barring a penalty, the last play, and he's going deep. Derek Armstrong looking on Marvin Coleman. Armstrong! He's got it!
Oh, how about that? You talk about all that roots going up. Look at Derek Armstrong.
Battling Marvin Coleman, who's in perfect position. Derek Armstrong. The capacity crowd are on their feet. A 1-point Saskatchewan lead will go away.
Oh, great action at Taylor Field. Armstrong had a huge drop in the 1st quarter on a play that could have been a touchdown, and he more than makes up for it right there. Rocky Butler is the story. Saskatchewan defense is a big story. They've got themselves a lead, and we got a pretty good game heading into the 4th.
Well, it's a remarkable game with lots of remarkable stories, and I want to talk a little bit about a guy who's starting at right guard for Winnipeg, Eric Wilson. This is a guy who was an O-lineman in high school. He tells me last week when I talked to him he was 6th ranked O-lineman in the country, but when he went to Michigan, he was put to the D-line. Now he's back in the O-line, and watch him here. He's going to absolutely pancake a man coming out here on the flat. There's Mitchell, and watch him drive him to the turf. It is extremely difficult to play off the offensive line. It takes immense amount of technique. And this guy has made the transition, done a little flashback to high school, and is playing at the pro level and playing exceptionally well. So you've played that position. You know how important technique is.
He is an athlete playing offensive guard in the Canadian Football League. The reason the Saskatchewan Roughriders are this close and they have the momentum right now is because of two things. First of all, 170 penalties against Winnipeg, but then special teams.
But hold on, Schultz. I got to jump in here. Here's my man right here, Eric Wilson. I mean, I got to point out to you, he's going to make the tackle in this play. Okay, sorry, Schultz. Go ahead.
That's all right. Go, Eric. Let's watch Eric Wilson here. 290 pounds. He's down. He is on a punt cover team, and he is going to make the tackle. The point being is the special teams of Saskatchewan are keeping him in this game. This is a key return right here by Holmes. Look at him. Very decisive. Great blocking. He does not even get touched until he's 30 yards downfield. That's why the Saskatchewan Roughriders are in this game. The special teams and the self-destructive penalties by the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Winnipeg has got to come up with a big play because right now, where's all the momentum? In Regina with the Roughriders.
They have one win in their last 5 games. Second place in a very competitive Western Division up for grabs. Let's see how it finishes at Taylor Field. Here's Glenn and Matt.
The boys in the panel are fired up. My cohort up here is fired up.
Yeah, baby.
And so are these fans. 1-point game. Rocky Butler.
You know why I'm fired up?
What?
Because Armstrong's from Texas. He went up and made a big-time play.
And he sure did, making amends for that early drop. Shaw has nowhere to go on the outside. Doug Brown there. And the running game has been 0 for Saskatchewan basically so far in this game. But what a catch by Derek Armstrong. Dropped one in the second series, made up for it here.
Yeah, should have had that one, but he's definitely made up for it here. Going over an outstanding cornerback. Great coverage by Marvin Coleman. Armstrong's just too big. He just went up over the top and made a sensational catch. This is jump ball here, and the big guy wins.
That is an all-around tremendous football play because you can't play it any better from Marvin Coleman's position.
Marvin Coleman was in his hip pocket the whole way. Can't fault him there.
Butler now in the quarterback. Trying to see. He's open. Rocky Butler. Touchdown, Riders.
Hey, Glenn, they wanted to contain him, but they gutted him right in the middle where you saw that hole, buddy.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the game, and the fans are loving it. Rocky Butler got a beverage shower from the fans.
Like Ben Sankey last year when he was playing in Edmonton, went over the top and got a little shower. Great job by the young quarterback. Nice call by Danny Barrett, exploiting what the Winnipeg Blue Bombers want to do. They want to try to contain the young quarterback. Well, here they had the right play called, and they gutted Winnipeg right up the middle.
The 3rd rushing touchdown of the game for Rocky Butler in his first start in Canadian football. McCallum with the extra point.
Look at that guy.
And it's getting nutty at Taylor Field. The fans are on the field. Butler celebrates. We've got some good football. Kahari Jones gets the ball next.
Kahari Jones is ready to play. Are you? Play $1 Million Touchdown to win at Safeway. If your name appears, you've won. $250 in Mark's Work Warehouse gift certificates with 170 locations across Canada. Mark's Work Warehouse. Or Porter Cable's 12-volt cordless drill driver kit with flashlight and 2 amp-per-hour batteries for more power and longer run time. Swipe your club card at Safeway and play $1 Million Touchdown to win.
From oil changes to brakes to tune-ups, customers feel confident knowing Midas Total Car Care has their car running in top shape.
She's running great. Let's jump the bridge.
But where do you go? You go. What are you gonna do? Total Car Care. Midas, we do that.
His reflexes are sharp, his abilities precise, and his weaponry absolutely cutting edge. Own the year's most frenzied vampire hunting action when Blade 2 comes home on VHS and DVD. Ooh, so exciting. Do not know who you are. Blade 2 on VHS and DVD. The Hunt comes home September 3rd.
8-point Saskatchewan lead. Rocky Butler had to shower himself with the water bottle after the celebration in the end zone. He got a bit of a Molson shower.
I hate that when that happens.
Yeah, and it would have been a little sticky if he didn't shower himself off. The crowd is in it. They've lined the end zones here.
Schultz has had a couple of those Molson showers before. That's a nice play by the young quarterback. Oh, we're going to take a look at it here in a minute.
The crowd all over. They move him right to the turf for Labor Day.
Oh, they're squeezing. Pretty soon they'll be on the sidelines.
And they were all over the young quarterback after that great touchdown run. Charles Roberts now, and he is dangerous. Roberts finding the hole, setting up. Oh! And he is hammered by Reggie Hunt.
Oh! That hurt up here, Glenn. I just cracked the rib.
Matt Dunnigan grabbed his rib cage after the hit.
Here he comes from the right-hand side. He's coming from the right-hand side, and watch him just punish Charles Roberts. Boom. That's the way to unload. Here's exceptional play call. Right here coming off the edge. They want to keep him from going out here. Nobody's in the middle. He's going to take a couple steps and go boom for his second score of his CFL career.
Right down Main Street, and Kahari Jones now, does he have an answer? He's in the shotgun with Sellers. Sellers gets out of the backfield now, and he'll swing it to Sellers in the flat. Uh-oh. Sellers has got enough for a first down before he's brought down by Jackie Mitchell. Now, go back to the touchdown one more time, because this is why Rocky Butler had to go and rinse himself off. So now he's got the towel on him.
Got the Gatorade thing going on now. He had the Molson thing going on before.
Because that crowd was all over him. Derek Armstrong, now the crowd's in there, and all of them have the Molson in the hands, and it got all over the quarterback.
Oh, my goodness. You got to love that. Lambeau Field's got nothing on Taylor Field.
Hey, I hear you. Charles Roberts now out of the backfield on first down. He picks up 5. Kahari Jones a week ago was down by 17 with under 7 minutes to go. Found a way to get it to overtime. Charles Roberts was the key. And then Arland Bruce with a bunch of touchdowns to tie it, and then in overtime touchdowns. Now, this is only an 8-point game.
And Saskatchewan is up, and that's why it's a Labor Day Classic. When you think they're down, you just get to the Labor Day Classic and you watch the boys respond for the Riders.
2nd and 5 for Kahari Jones, who looks to dump it to Sellers but can't. Now he goes back to the opposite side. Marcus Howell has enough for the first down. Omar Evans on the coverage.
Possession guy sitting down in the hole, doing exactly what he's called on to do as a role player for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and gets the critical first down. Howell comes into your screen late. He comes from the bottom, sits in your hole right there. He's sitting down. Nice job of delivering the ball by Kahari. He knows where the sticks are, and he moved them because he is heads-up player, being a role player, getting far enough past the sticks in order to move the chain.
Eddie Davis on Milt Stiegel. Charles Roberts comes out of the backfield weak. Kahari looking for Stiegel over the middle. He has it and is up to the 45-yard line, tackled by Jason Mallett, but they're saying no, they wave it off.
Oh, Milton,
and Stiegel can't believe it.
Oh. You decide for yourself right here.
I didn't think there was any question that Milt Stiegel caught that ball.
I don't think Milt thought so either. He's in disbelief.
Now, we were blocked on that replay a little bit. The official went and waved it off, so it's 2nd and 10 from the 50. For Kahari Jones, who's in the shotgun. He's got Charles Roberts in the slot to his right. He's working on Eddie Davis. Early movement, and this one will be flagged down, and a penalty flag comes down late on Reggie Hunt. Hunt threw Kahari Jones to the ground after the whistle.
What is he thinking? He's not. Danny Barrett can't believe it. He's on the field with his arms stretched out going, what are you doing?
Well, if they're ever, and I'm talking the officials now, if they're ever going to be quick with the whistle on a hit, it'll be against the quarterback.
Unnecessary roughness, Saskatchewan, first down.
Danny's in disbelief.
There was the whistle. And I think it was the way he threw him down more than anything.
And then Kahari did a good job of doing what? Devocking.
Yeah, and look at, you've got the new term down now.
That's Vlade Divac.
Yeah.
That is
taking the odd dive in his NBA career.
That's correct.
But Kahari Jones gets the first down and the yardage, so he's into Saskatchewan territory on their 50. Eddie Davis is on Stiegel again, the two veterans to Kahari Jones left. That puts Jackie Mitchell on Charles Roberts. Here's Jones looking towards Stiegel. He's not there. He gets out. And he has some room up around the first down to the 40. Loses his helmet there.
Now we're heating up, Glenn.
Yeah.
Kahari Jones jumps up after a nice run like that. Helmet goes flying. This is what I expected for the last 3 quarters. We're getting it now.
Well, that secondary for the Saskatchewan Roughriders has put together 3 great quarters. But with Kahari Jones, it's the 4th you've got to be most concerned with.
Glenn, you're absolutely right about that secondary. They've only given up 6 TD passes this year.
Roberts finds a hole. Roberts tackled there by Reggie Hunt after a 7-yard gain.
They're going to have to be great here in the 4th quarter, Glenn. You know, continue to be great here in the 4th quarter, shut down this explosive offense. But it always seems to me that the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, they don't wake up or they don't start playing like they're capable of playing until they dig themselves a hole.
And they're in a hole. Down now by 8. And it looks to me like there may be some fatigue. That secondary has been having to cover Arland Bruce and Stiegel all game. Kahari Jones now turns and gives it to Roberts, who tries to find the corner. Ladolfius McCalla comes up in a hurry to limit the gain.
Reggie Hunt couldn't get a beat on him, but Ladolfius McCalla certainly did.
The guy they call Sandman is putting his receiver to sleep and coming
right at you, full speed. Bam! Sounds of the game for us.
So with 3rd and a long 2, the field goal team comes on for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers after the great tackle by the guy they call Sandman. And no question, a good call for Dave Ritchie. You got to take the points when you got a chance. There's 9 minutes left.
Yeah, that's an eternity for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They'll be back down there 4 or 5 more times.
Now Westwood has missed one, and he's made one. This from 38. Low snap, a low kick is wide. And there is a flag. Bob Cameron is the holder, barely got it on the tee, the low snap coming in.
Yeah, skipped it and then bobbled it and then put it up late, and I think that threw off Troy's timing.
This will be against Winnipeg, so it'll go up as a single.
Winnipeg number 34.
A low snap. Bob Cameron can't get it on the tee in time. The field goal goes wide when you see CFL Live return.
Welcome back to TSA Newsroom. I'm Dan Pollard. Back to the game in just a moment, and a great game it is. A busy day in sports. Right across that sporting world, that orb that spins around every weekend. Canada against the U.S. Final of the Under-19 Women's World Soccer Championship. 2nd period of extra time. The golden goal from the U.S. and their captain, Lindsay Tarpley. The U.S. defeating Canada 1-0. Miguel Tejada, a walk-off 3-run homer, lifts the Oakland A's to their 18th win in a row. That ties the longest streak. The Yankees had an 18-game winner in 1953. Josh Phelps doubling twice, driving in 3 runs. The Jays beating the Yankees 7-6. Phelps went 8 for 14 with 10 RBI in that 4-game series, which, by the way, was won by the Blue Jays. Braves 6-4 winners over the Expos. Gene Sauers earning his first victory in the PGA Tour in 13 years, winning the Air Canada Championship out in Vancouver by 1 stroke. More football coming your way here in TSN.
Last check. Bill, fish and chips. Jimmy, monster dog with the works. Lonnie, double-decker with bacon. Paul's got a fresh-made Black Forest ham sandwich, tangy slice of Swiss cheese, tomato and crisp lettuce on an oven-fresh country bun, and a bowl of steaming hot chicken noodle soup.
Tim Hortons Homestyle Lunch. Wholesome, delicious. Like our Black Forest ham and Swiss sandwich. You never dreamed lunch could taste this good.
Can I change my order?
Yeah, me too.
Tonight, 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Pacific, Sports Center. Highlights from the GBO in Vancouver. Highlights from this game. Look ahead to Labor Day tomorrow for Hamilton and Toronto, and Calgary and the Edmonton Eskimos. All on Sports Center tonight. Big difference on first down for Saskatchewan when you look at the third quarter and the first half. What a difference, and it's a difference in the score.
Tough task to do to take this clock down. He can't run against this defense. So you got to continue to be aggressive.
Butler going deep to Rocky Henry, who's got it and is brought down by Tom Europe. Now, he went out of bounds and came back in. Was he forced out by Tyrone Bell?
Yeah, I think so. We got a flag back here. But it looked like he was pushed, and then he came back in bounds. They're giving him the catch, but what do we got going on back here?
The question is, if you're pushed out of bounds, you can come back into the field of play.
Procedure, Saskatchewan, illegal formation, first down repeated.
It didn't matter anyway. Saskatchewan Roughriders with an illegal formation via procedure call, and 1st and 15 Saskatchewan. 281 yards in penalties for both teams combined so far in this game. 8:27 left in the fourth quarter. 7-point Saskatchewan lead. They're hanging on to it now.
Well, regardless, that was a nice catch by Rocky Henry.
Certainly was. And Henry is in the slot to the right. This will go on the draw to Cedric Shaw. One move on Lamar McGriggs, and he's hit hard by Rylan Wickman.
I call him the Zach Thomas of the Canadian Football League. This guy is a player. He can go sideline to sideline. He's right here. He's your MAC or middle linebacker, and he's going to go to the sidelines. Just read it, read it, read it. Now he's going flat, flat, flat. And then here he comes. Hat time. Very nice.
Nice call, though, to just go with the draw, get some of the yardage back. Yep. 2nd and 9 now.
That's right. Take the heat off your young quarterback.
And Wickman gets a rest. Glenn Davis comes in as the nickelback. Rocky Butler now trying to roll to his right. He's got the corner outside of Brian Clark. Rocky Butler, can he get first down? And does.
Woo, won't be denied. I love this kid. He's showing us a lot tonight. Certainly the fans are falling in love with the Hofstra product, Rocky Butler. Yeah, they do a nice job of getting outside. The important key right here is on the top of your screen, the block right there. Brian Clark. Shaw seals him, gives Butler the edge, and then right there, he's got a nose for that yardstick, and he gets the first down. Nice job. It's kind of like a getting up and down when you're out of the bunker. In 2nd and long, you kind of get it close, and then you put it in. They did that right there. It's nice up and down for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
A lot of the coaches comparing his running ability to Nealon Green's. Butler down the seam. Jason French can't turn and pull it in with one hand.
Jason had no idea the ball was coming until he got there. Then he stuck a hand up there, and fortunately, if he didn't, I think Dave Donaldson might have a pick.
Again, 2 receivers look pretty close there.
Yeah. Oh, Donaldson thought he had one, but then fortunately.
And Roberson, both in the same area.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times tonight, Glenn. And that's tough for a young quarterback because he's expecting people to be somewhere that they're not. And all of a sudden, things look cloudy because you have 2 people sitting right on top of each other. And you want to help them out as much as you can.
2nd and 10 now for Butler. He's been working to the outside and does again. He's got Rocky Henry. And Rocky Henry can't make Marvin Coleman miss. Coleman brings him down. The Riders will have to punt.
It's just an outstanding job by Marvin Coleman on the tackle on the outside. They are one-on-one. It's called being on an island.
Yeah.
You know about that. Every defensive back is on an island out here. To the left of your screen, right there. He does not make that tackle. That's definitely a first down for the Riders and maybe a lot more.
Well, there's 30 yards of room for Rocky Henry, and it's a one-on-one, and I've been on that island, and it is not easy. Marvin Coleman forces Saskatchewan to punt. McCallum's been angling it away from Charles Roberts, who stands on his own 20, along with Coleman.
Yeah, they got Coleman back there now, too, because they want to guarantee good field position here and get some type of return.
Callum thought about running and then punts it. He gets the bounce back. Charles Roberts has got it now. A couple of moves to the sideline. Running out of room and finally is forced out by Cedric Shaw. Harry Jones takes over around his own 35 when we return to Wendy's CFL Live.
TSN and SportCheck.ca give you a chance to win a behind-the-scenes CFL Friday Night Football game experience. Feel the Stamps take on the Ticats, witness a live broadcast on field and in the production truck, then take home Puma team jerseys and more. Register now at SportCheck.ca.
When you run to Rona, you're buying more than the experience of Rona Cashway, Rona Lansing, Rona Revy, and Rona. You're getting the personalized service that comes with over 250 years of trust, know-how, and expertise by Canada's very own home improvement and building professionals. Now that's building on your imagination. Rona. Experience the difference.
There's one thing I will never stop chasing, the finish line. I'm Katrina LeMay Doan, Power Bar user since 1997.
Win a lifetime of fabulous vacations with Gillette's Vacation for Life sweepstakes. Win a week's vacation at one of Sheraton's luxurious vacation ownership resorts and hotels. Not just once, but once a year for life. Plus $50,000 in cash and a new 2002 Toyota Highlander. Vacation for life. Enter now where Gillette products are sold. This week at Shoppers Drug Mart, you'll get additional savings on these products, plus Shoppers Optimum points when you use your Shoppers Optimum card.
Winnipeg Blue Bombers are down, but you can never count them out. Just ask the Calgary Stampeders. All this from Kahari Jones. Under 6 minutes to play, put it into overtime. Arlan Bruce won it in overtime. It was quite a finish by the Bombers.
I was just in awe of that game. Glenn, I don't blame some of those fans for leaving because you didn't think it was going to happen, but they turned it around and showed you why you got to play 60 minutes of football.
Well, you're going to have to play 60 here as well this afternoon. Kahari to Marcus Howell, that's over his head, but Ladafia's McCalla is there again in pretty tight coverage. Kahari Jones is going to be I mean, the nickname may be the comeback kid because he can do it in the fourth quarter.
Well, he was a little upset about a week and a half ago with Lonta Johnson calling him a name in the paper, and I think he got the final say-so in that one, but he certainly showed that there's no quit in number 17.
He's got 4 receivers. Well, now Stoddard comes back to the right. Jones tries to dump it. It's tipped at the line by Shantay Peoples.
Great recognition by 5'8". Shantay has been everywhere this half.
He's got 2 knockdowns. He's hit the quarterback 5 times. He's got 5 pressures. He does not have a sack, but he is having himself a football game this afternoon.
And he's showboating a little bit. Here he is coming off the edge, and he just reads it and gets his hand up. Not a very good illustration there, but watch what he does. Gets low, fends off the block, does a nice job of just tipping that ball, disrupting it enough where Charles Robbins can't get the squeeze on it.
And another punt from Bob Cameron.
He's got to be getting tired. You know, the old man's got to be getting tired. He's been out there a bunch.
And another low snap. He gets it again and gets it away. Corey Holmes will have to chase this one. He gets a Winnipeg bounce. Holmes has it now. Arlan, he's brought down there by Andre Arlane. Well, there's 4.5 minutes left in this one. Rocky Butler in his CFL debut. Wow. Has 3 rushing touchdowns.
Wow, says Glenn.
You know, but it is encouraging for a lot of CFL fans to see what guys like Ricky Ray are doing in Edmonton, and now another young quarterback like Rocky Butler who looks like he may have a future, and you got to start harvesting those quarterbacks at some point, and
they're everywhere now.
And now they're starting to come on, and that's great to see.
Gotta love it. The possibility of Dave Dickinson coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe even a Ben Sankey. A lot of talent in CFL.
Cedric Shaw has had problems running the ball against this Winnipeg defense, and it'll be another 2nd and long for Rocky Butler. This time it was big Doug Brown in the middle bringing him down.
Our clock is dwindling fast, down to 4 minutes and counting. And I think it's exactly what you want to do. You want to continue to let that thing roll if you're the Saskatchewan team. But
yeah,
it's a fine line there, being aggressive and trying to move the chains and sustain the drives and keeping your defense
off the field. But a drive here, to me, is crucial for Saskatchewan.
Play the game right here as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because field position would be huge here for Corey Jones if they have to punt. Another quarterback draw for Rocky Butler, but this time he's got nowhere to go. There's flags down. Butler way short of the first down. Just over the 20 and about the 23. There is a flag down, however.
I don't know if he did this on purpose, but you know, he wasn't going to force the issue. Didn't have much there, and he just kind of
offside. Saskatchewan number 8 declined.
That will be declined, obviously, by Saskatchewan and force the Riders to punt. So here's the field position we talked about and the importance of that drive, which didn't happen for the Riders.
That's exactly right. There's a big play there, but a headsy play by the young quarterback. You know, not a lot there. Not going to force the issue. Certainly not going to run through 4 Winnipeg Blue Bombers. So he just kind of finds a soft spot and sits down. Danny Barrett coaching him up, saying, "Nice job, son."
Well,
hey,
it must be nice for him to have a guy like Danny Barrett, who, like you, Matt, have played the position.
Well, Milan Green, Kevin Glenn, Jonathan Beasley, and now Rocky Butler, they've all experienced Danny Barrett and what he can do for his quarterback. So important to have a guy, I think, in that position who have played it before.
Roberts up the middle, and he'll be inside of Saskatchewan territory around the 45-yard line. A 12-yard return for Charles Roberts. So here's the field position Kahari Jones wanted in Saskatchewan's half of the field with 3:09 left.
This is it. This is it, Glenn. This is what you play the game for.
Labor Day weekend.
You can't wait to go back out there and make a play, whether you're on defense or offense. And Kahari Jones, he lives for these moments.
And if you're in that secondary, you're saying, throw it in my zone. I want to be the guy to make a play.
Is that what you're thinking? As
That's exactly what you're thinking.
I'm thinking, I'm coming your way, Suter.
In my
zone. Coming your way.
Kahari Jones has Stiegel and Arland Bruce to the right. He turns and hands the ball to Charles Roberts. Roberts, very little running room, but somehow gets about 3, maybe 4 on the play. We're at the 3-minute warning. It's a 7-point Saskatchewan lead. If you were going to write the script, this would be it on Labor Day in Regina.
There's more to crispy flavor in our bite-sized taters.
It's time you tried McCain Tasty Taters. Baked so they're crispy and golden brown on the outside to capture all that tender potato flavor inside.
Crispy bite-sized taters, they're dropping all the flavor.
Mealtime, snack time, anytime. McCain Tasty Taters now come in 5 crispy bite-sized flavors.
Try your favorite flavor in our bite-sized taters.
McCain Tasty Taters. Crispy flavor in a bite-sized tater.
What's so great about working for us? Shifts that work for you. What else is great about working for us? Working on a team. Join our team today.
Take the plunge with Shark Week on Discovery Channel.
Those are sharks! Those are sharks right there!
Experience up-close encounters with one of nature's greatest predators.
Get me out of this water!
Celebrities come face-to-face with their greatest shark fears.
Unreal. Right over my head. Just like that.
Nigel Marvin guides you through shark-infested waters. Shark Week, beginning September 15th, only on Discovery Channel.
Close to 10,000 Bomber fans here in Taylor Field are going to have to get back on the bus after this one, win or lose, get back home, make that call, and go see the Bombers play the BC Lions, who are on a roll.
Oh,
in a big way. That will be a nice matchup.
Yes, it will.
And here in Saskatchewan, their next home game against the Toronto Argonauts. For tickets, there's your number. Kahari Jones inside of 3 minutes. 2nd and 5 over the middle. Knocked down by Reggie Hunt.
That's why they're #1 in the league against the pass, Glenn, because of effort like that. Solid job on the back end. Everybody's got their man. Good pressure up front. There he is right here. Right there, hiding. Kahari can't see him. You can't see him. I'm hiding right behind. There you go. Almost had a pick. Oh. Stiegel's open on the backside. Can't see it, but he's open on the backside, sitting down all by himself. How can you forget number 85? Jackie Mitchell was in the area, but not close enough. Kahari's looking the other way.
3rd down and 6. And Kahari Jones goes gambling. 2:33 remaining. Jones back to pass. Can't find anybody. Peoples can't get him. He's working to the outside, and he goes down. Sacked by Nate Davis.
Woo! How about that?
2nd sack of the game for Nate Davis. 4th for the Riders.
Well, he's getting it done when he needed. That's a covered sack, Glenn. Everybody in secondary like blankets on the Winnipeg receiving corps. Just blanket him. No quitting Nate Davis. He's got to work through 2 people here. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Everybody's covered. Kahari Jones, watch his eyes. Watch his eyes. Looking. Looks left. Looks right. Now he's buying time. Nothing there. Too late. Big Nate in the house.
Most of the so-called experts with Nealon Green down said that this would be a blowout for Winnipeg coming in. But on Labor Day, with this crowd, there has been teams here in Saskatchewan that haven't been as good on paper that have found a way on Labor Day.
That's the magic of this matchup, this day. I don't know what it is, but the intensity, the adrenaline, the enthusiasm from the crowd certainly is felt by all, and the players respond to it, and Regina's done that tonight. Excuse me, Saskatchewan's done that tonight.
Yeah.
So are the Bombers. We've still got 2.5 to play here. That's an eternity for that ball club.
You know, and when you even talk to the Bombers and the players, they know that. You've been in this one, and Marvin Coleman said it going in that the Riders just play like a different team on this day, no matter what they've done coming into the season. And a young rookie quarterback in his first start, 3 rushing touchdowns, has looked calm, cool, and collective in a day when the intensity is unbelievable.
Making Danny Barrett look like a prophet right now. Going with the young guy.
2:27 remaining. And now the Riders go to the ground game. Cedric Shaw tries to get outside. He's run out of bounds, strung out there by Brian Clark. And he had trouble with the exchange. And it almost came out of there. Cedric Shaw is down in the tunnel.
Yeah, this can happen. This can happen with the young quarterback. You watch him. Take a look at where the ball's handed off. Boom, it's pretty high up on top. He's got it right there secured.
Whoa.
He just loses it. 3 points of pressure right there. You've got to have your hand on the top and the end of the ball. You've got to squeeze it with your forearm and then pull it to your side. We saw he didn't do that. Then at the end of the run, he did get the 3 points on there, securing the football.
2nd and 5, the option. Corey Holmes outside. Corey Holmes has got room in the 1st down and then more. Holmes cuts back. He's still on his feet. Here goes Corey Holmes. Corey Holmes, touchdown Riders. 56 yards on the option for Corey Holmes.
Rocky Butler, I can run the option. I can throw it. I can do the quarterback draw. Oh, he did it right then. Nicely done. Great job downfield too, Glenn Suter.
56 yards. Corey Holmes had a punt return in the 1st half that led to a touchdown. And now he takes the option from Rocky Butler. Now, with 2:10 left, this one is not over. We know that from what Winnipeg did last week. Kahari Jones gets it when we return, but it's a 33-19 lead now for Saskatchewan. 2:10 left.
Rated everyone. Ever since the last game, I've been training for the new one. This game is faster, more intense. Now it's here. I'm ready. Are you?
What is the scent of an avalanche? Smell this.
New Speed Stick Avalanche, an intense new scent that smells good.
Cool.
Tough 24-hour protection, a scent inspired by the power of nature.
5 minutes.
The running game was quiet in the first half, but with 56 yards from Corey Holmes, the Riders now have 139 yards along the ground.
Speed option off the edge. Just take it downhill as best you can. Give it up. Let Corey do the rest. He gets the corner. Then it's a great job on the outside by the Saskatchewan receiver right there. Armstrong. Doesn't look like much, but it's a block downfield. And then you're fighting French. He gets enough. That's a big play here at Taylor Field, and the crowd's loving it.
Are they ever? On their feet, over 30,000 in Taylor Field. As McCallum kicks off with 2:10 left. Kahari Jones can put scores on the board in a hurry. This is Marvin Coleman. He'll need a couple. What a play on the option.
Yeah, it's just, you know, they don't even create it on a scrimmage. Weathers does a nice job. He's out there, but quarterback realizes, give it up, let Holmes do the rest.
That's a great cutback.
That is a nice cutback. It's great open field vision. Armstrong just getting a piece of his man to free up Holmes so he can go the distance.
He did it a week ago, and now it's up to Kahari Jones. He's in the gun and will be for most of this. He's got Stiegel. A flag flies. Stiegel has close to first down territory, but there is a flag down. 1:59 remaining in this game. You know one thing, Matt, this team, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, to a man, believe that they can come back as long as there's a couple of ticks on the clock.
Yeah, and I believe the fans learned from last week's ball game not to go anywhere.
Yeah, and they're not.
No. They're enjoying every moment of this one because you're a Saskatchewan fan, your team's up.
Illegal formation, no end. First down, repeated.
A huge game with regards to the standings.
Correct.
With both teams in the West Division this year. Not to mention bragging rights on Labor Day in the weekend. Kahari Jones in the gun. First down in a bunch, 15. Down deep to the outside to Drover. He's got it and out of bounds. 50-yard line of the Rider. 1:52 remaining, and Kahari Jones will call this one on the line.
That's just amazing how they do this. It seemed like they spread the entire field late in the game when they needed the most, and they just seemed to maximize every inch of the turf out there when they needed the most.
Last week, it was Arlan Bruce and Charles Roberts, the heroes. Arlan Bruce is in the slot to the left of Kahari Jones. 1:52 remaining. Jones in first down. Looking down the middle. He's looking for Stiegel. And just overthrows Milt Stiegel.
Right, Saskatchewan's trying to pressure here, and they're bringing some heat. They're bringing Reggie Hunt right in the middle in the A gap. They got Stiegel. They got the matchup they want with Jackie Mitchell on Milt Stiegel.
It's fast break time for the Winnipeg offense. Down the field, this secondary in Saskatchewan has been equal to the task all afternoon. Can they keep it up? Jones on second down and 10. In the shotgun, he's got Stiegel and Bruce to his left in the slot. He's going right down the seam to Charles Roberts and overthrows him.
It's a situation where you saw Mitchell matched up on Stiegel last play. Well, Saskatchewan didn't want to get in that same situation, so what they do is they switch. Eddie Davis comes over and covers Stiegel, and this puts Mitchell on Charles Roberts out of the backfield. A better matchup for Saskatchewan. But what happens is Charles Roberts hesitates coming out a little bit, and it throws off the timing for Kahari, and he overthrows him by a few yards.
Jones now under the center. Four-man, now five-man rush for the Riders. Stiegel down the sideline. Stiegel fighting for it. Eddie Davis with some contact. No flag down. No flag anywhere on the field. Saskatchewan will get the football.
There's Milt Stiegel right here. You're going to look to this guy late in the game. Kahari's doing it. Looks like he's going to run a wheel. That's fine right there by Eddie, but then Eddie just jumps right there. You can't do that. Can't do that one. Eddie got away with one there. You're not cheating. You're not trying. Isn't that what you said
Well,
earlier?
that's one that may see the league office from Dave Ritchie, because I would, and I often at times have defended defensive backs, as you know, Matt. And
yeah. Oh, this is going to be good.
I have no argument for Eddie Davis there.
There you go.
33 penalties called in this game. That one was not. 1:36 to go. The Riders have the ball and will keep it on the ground to Shaw. Tackled by Whitman. And there is still some time for Kahari Jones, but they need the ball back immediately. Butler has managed this game for the Riders in his first start in Canadian football. No backs, and he's just going to take the old quarterback sweep to the outside. The crowd doesn't like it, but you like it.
Oh, I like it. Stays in bounds, and on the referee's whistle now, the clock will start as opposed to going out of bounds.
And there's nothing wrong with punting the football, making Kahari Jones go the length with 1:07 left.
That's right.
And not forcing a mistake.
That's right. And what happens there, it forces Winnipeg to use their timeout here in the second half, so they will not have one. It's a heads-up play by number 12, Rocky Butler, the rookie from Hofstra, who simply had a night here on Labor Day Classic.
Now, Paul McCallum will punt this away. They put Marvin Coleman back for Winnipeg. And they did this last week versus Calgary to rest Charles Roberts so he is ready to go offensively. 1:07. And you know Kahari Jones has got to go down the field with the football.
This is an offensive play. I need Charles Roberts on the field. I think it's a blown opportunity. But that's coach's call. Coleman can certainly go the distance, but he's not as explosive as a Charles Roberts. I think you need Charles on the field for this play.
Who opened the game, remember, Charles Roberts with a 75-yard return to set up the first Bomber touchdown. This will be Marvin Coleman. Coleman dances into the middle and then goes to his left, taking valuable seconds off the clock. Now just 57 there and really doesn't get but 6 yards on the return. Kahari Jones now from his own 30. Charles Roberts has fresh legs and is in that offense. But you wanted him on the return.
I wanted him out there on that play. I'm thinking, this is money time. This is where you're going to earn your paycheck. Go out there and return one for us for a touchdown on special teams and get back out there. Defense going to get it back for us, maybe an onside kick, then we'll get you right back out there. But, see if it works for Winnipeg here.
This offense struggled again in the first quarter. They've done it all season. Will this be the first game that it really catches up to them? Down 33-19, 57 seconds. Do they have any magic left? Kahari Jones dumps it over the middle to Arlan Bruce. And the Riders defensively will give them that for the rest of the 51 seconds.
Can't say enough about how they've stymied this offensive attack for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers thus far with 59 minutes into this ball game. And again, the secondary of Saskatchewan is showing you why they are rated #1 in I would at least 7 or 8 statistical categories on pass defense.
Well, they deserve it today. This is a secondary. Ladolphus McCalla, Eddie Davis in a couple of big one-on-one matchups on Stiegel. Boy, have they come to play this afternoon.
Boy, and they've been playing. They have had their hands full. Kind of like messing with fire. Pretty soon you're going to get burnt, but they've been all day long dodging getting burnt by this Winnipeg receiving core, and they've matched them. Great play for great play.
Kahari now dumps it off to Charles Roberts. This is how they got things going versus Calgary. Little dump play to Charles Roberts, but he found the end zone on that one. Now there's just 38 seconds left, and the Bombers need 2 scores. Boy, there's a lot of great play. You go to Rocky Butler in his first ever start in Canadian football with 3 rushing touchdowns. Kahari now to the outside. Stiegel has it. He's hit there. It spins off it. Omar Evans and McCalla. Sandman has been all over that football tonight.
Well, I can't say enough about that secondary. They have been outstanding. McCalla, Davis,
you know,
Morgan.
Matt, 3 years ago, this secondary was put together, and they were torched for over 40 touchdown passes in that year. They kept them together. And another knockdown, this by linebacker Jackie Mitchell, but they kept the secondary together. And it's paying dividends now for Danny Barrett, because it's hard to find another secondary in this league that is as good.
Well, hats off to Richie Hall, because, you know, those are his boys. And he has done a fabulous job as defensive coordinator, sticking with these guys and keeping them together on that back end so they can learn how to play as a group. And they've certainly been playing as well as a team tonight.
21 seconds left, and it looks like the magical comeback will not happen for the Bombers. Kahari looking deep. This is Arland Bruce, and he's open. And just overthrown. And they've had a couple of those this afternoon. Omar Evans, exhausted, could not catch up to Bruce, but neither could the football.
Now he just overthrew him a little bit here. Does a nice job of buying time, stepping in the pocket, and just launching one. You see Arland Bruce there. He's on a full tilt run, and just couldn't catch up to it. That's the ones last week that were falling into place for the Bombers, and it's just not happening tonight.
Tough to win here on the Labor Day weekend for Winnipeg.
Yeah, you see the pressure there, forcing Kahari to step around, step up in the pocket, you know, and that's good pressure. And you know, you talk about the secondary,
yeah.
You know, you got to talk about those guys up front.
Nate Davis, 2 sacks this afternoon. Shantay Peoples with a couple of knockdowns and a whole bunch of pressure. And he's on the rush here. Drops it off to Stiegel. 8 seconds left. Stiegel is pulled down on 3rd down. And the Riders will take over. Little frustration coming through. Stiegel and Jason Mallett. And a huge game when you look at the West Division for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Remember, coming in, they had lost 4 in a row. Winnipeg with the big come-from-behind win versus Calgary. There's a logjam in the West Division. 4 turnovers from Winnipeg. You mentioned it, Matt. The penalties were one thing for Dave Ritchie. He didn't like the turnovers. They had 4 of them.
That's right. And he says you can overcome the penalties, but you can't overcome the turnovers. Difference tonight.
Boy, they give the game ball to a lot of different players. Any one of the defensive backs, the entire secondary in Saskatchewan. Shantay Peoples for the Riders in the defensive line. But in his first ever start, Rocky Butler, 3 rushing touchdowns. And because I'm working with the quarterback, let's give him to the quarterback.
My hat's off to him.
Yeah.
He played like a veteran today. First ever CFL game. Wasn't as dominant as Ricky Ray's first performance, but I tell you what, it was effective and it was fun to watch because he had tremendous effort all night long.
The game ball is brought to you by SportCheck.ca, Canada's choice for sports. The Riders come from behind after an early touchdown from Winnipeg to open things up with a huge second half on the Labor Day weekend in front of a capacity crowd. The Saskatchewan Roughriders beat the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. 33-19 is the final. They've now won 8 of the last 11 on the Labor Day weekend.
Damon Allen is ready to play. Are you? Play $1 million touchdown to win at Safeway. If your name appears, you've won. The Bulova Millennium Vibra Alarm Watch with 2 alarm modes and stainless steel case and bracelet. Or Karcher's pressure washer and the rechargeable Zoom Room. Quality cleaning equipment from Karcher. Swipe your club card at Safeway and play $1 million touchdown to win.
Now, tell me what this is.
Toadfish, very high in amino acids. It tastes like fish.
And what's this?
Kung chi nuts from the rainforest, dipped in tahini.
That must be what gives it that earthy look.
How do guys survive that first date? With the Wendy's Big Bacon Classic, 3 strips of bacon, processed cheese, and lots of toppings, you'll be ready for anything.
Dessert?
Wendy's Big Bacon Classic. It's better here. Remember, Wendy's pickup windows open late, so you can eat great even late.
Time now for the TSN turning point. It was the 4th quarter.
Outstanding job on the speed option by Rocky Butler. Giving it up, setting it up the corner. And then Holmes does the rest. Does a nice job. Gets a great block from Armstrong there. Nice job cutting back. Little job there by French. And it's a walk-in separating them. Too much for Kahari Jones to overcome.
That was the 2nd score. They would have had to come back, and cash donation will be made to the Canadian Coaches Association for the training and development of amateur coaches across Canada on behalf of TSN. It lived up to its billing. The Labor Day Classic was just that. 33-19 the final for Saskatchewan.
TSN, Canada's sports leader.
21 days ago, the Cart FedEx Champ Cars raced in Ohio.